Do you guys see the set of PS4 headphones I'm holding? This useless, lying, cheating, and scamming set of PS4 headphones? Well, this represents Belle Delphine after everything she's put me through. I'm afraid that's gonna snap to this out of the room. What up? Hi again, everybody. I hope you all are having at least a mildly average day. And for anybody wondering, don't worry, these headphones were already very broken. Physically could not use them if I tried. They just flop right off my ear like a toddler does off of my foot. As you can see, I'm back in the usual setup in the States, back home, no longer in the godforsaken, never sun-shining land of the United Kingdom. And not only do I miss it and the people I met there very dearly, but more importantly, I miss being able to legally drink. 2 more years, boys. 2 more years. But you probably all saw the video title and thought, I wonder what clickbait horsecock we're into for today from the less than functioning brain of Kwite. And for once, something that sounds this exaggerated is a little closer to the truth than it might initially seem. But before we get to the part where I might have actually gotten my shit ripped, let's talk about what I'm pretty sure is an actual unabashed scam. The website belledelphine.club, which you definitely should not buy a single damn thing from. As Mistress Belle herself has said that while the products on there are a bit funny, it's definitely not her selling them, so don't buy them. Now, the guy who made the site has gone through a lot of trouble to make it look like the real thing. From what I recall, the layout is almost exactly the same as the original, and it functions in much the same way. To empty my wallet. You have all the products from the old site, like all the $50 posters of Belle that you could get before, and also that anime Belle mouse pad for $35, which I think is the product I was most sad about never receiving, as it was the one I actually needed the most in the UK. Some of the things that I used as a makeshift mouse pad have condemned me to hell almost certainly in my usage of them. The Gamer Girl bathwater is here too, but it looks like it has been significantly price hiked, because on the official Belle Delphine site, it was a definitely not cheap, but less painful to look at 35 United States dollars, whereas now one of these much coveted jars of human filth is $250. I guess it might just be like Supreme Drops where the rarity just makes it worth so much more, because Jesus, that's like a 600% increase from the normal price. Whoever the class act is behind this abomination of a site has to have pulled some major bank from all of this shit. But what's most interesting about this entire operation is definitely the new and wholly unique products to the Belle Delphine store facade. Because my god, they have taken this shit to the next level. The first of these is Gamer Girl Chewed Gum, past tense, with the helpful disclaimer of, this gum is not for chewing and should only be used for sentimental purposes. Reminds me of the kids from the Industrial Revolution who would take some used up gum off the street, throw some flour on that baby to make it look a little less torn into and shriveled up, and then sell it as if it was brand new. Secure the bag, I guess. I don't know if that fact was real. Some guy just told me it in the UK, so here it is. I gotta respect the effort that went into making the preview of this product look real though. I mean, the printed label looks slick. I think it might actually be one. Like, it might be a physical printed label that this guy bothered to print out on a printer. The camera quality is very high, and for all intents and purposes, that certainly does look like a piece of chewed gum inside of a jar. But lastly, we have the ultimate product on the website. What would actually happen to be the first goddamn thing your eyes are forced to lay upon their vision when looking at the site, the $10,000 straight from Satan's vagina Gamer Girl P. Apparently, there's only one of these things going around, and it's gonna go to one lucky fan who buys it, and to no one else after that, which is a fat L to anybody who gets caught lacking. Once again, we were warned that we shouldn't drink the pee. Thank you for the heads up, Belle Imposter. I never would have known that if you hadn't told me. I'm just gonna do it anyways. But it's with this product that the facade of the site really falls apart. Like, some of the other stuff was a bit of a reach, but you could still kind of believe it. But the part of this that's the bullet that puts the whole thing in its grave is the fact that months after it first went up for sale, the Gamer Girl P still has not sold. We all know that this is completely unrealistic, as that piddle would have been snatched up by Will and E wanting to get a massive whiff of it in his nose as soon as he saw it go on sale. There's no way around it, and since it's still here, it's pretty clear it's not actually being sold, so checkmate. Either that or the description lied about there only being one jar of pee, in which case that is also a scam, because I was lied to about being special and for being the only one to buy this jar of Gamer Girl pee. Can I pull it out the other end? Yay! It's like a set of nunchucks now. But that's pretty much all the Belle Delphine Club had to offer. Like I said, don't buy anything from there. That is not Belle Delphine running the site or her team doing so. And who knows whatever info you put in there will go to. So let's move on to what I'm sure you're all curious about, where all the bathwater stuff went when I initially bought it. First, let me preface this by saying that I think everything that happened wasn't the result of some intended malice on Belle Delphine or her team's end. In order for them to do that and target me specifically, they would have to have had some semblance of an idea that I even existed posted first. And you don't get on that kind of radar until you donate $3,000 to her or have 3 million subscribers. Guys, we can do it in the next 2 days. I believe in us. But basically what happened is that back in July, I made a video saying that I bought Belle Delphine's bathwater. Isn't that crazy and zany, guys? And truthfully, I did buy it, but by the time I was recording a video, that water had not made its way to me yet. And I would have waited to record it if it was going to get there soon, but I was going to be at VidCon by the time it got there if it did get there soon. And I would have completely missed the trend by then, so there was no time to waste. So I did what I do best and told something that was r/technically the truth. I'm very quirky, guys. That's a Reddit reference outside of Reddit, and now that I've made this subreddit reference in a place other than Reddit, you are now socially obligated into bullying me back onto Reddit. But I did technically buy her bathwater, it just wasn't in my physical possession yet, and I expected it to come sometime in the next few weeks, seeing as a bunch of other YouTubers like Big Pyrocynical had gotten their gamer girl chug jug pretty quickly. Though he cheated by actually having her send him one directly instead of just buying it like the rest of us. Not cool, bro. Very not epic. But I thought that I would wait a bit for it to show up, but alas, nothing of the sort happened, and instead, here we are 2 months later, and I still have no bathwater in my stomach. Though it turns out that at least for the first bit of that waiting period, it was entirely my fault for not checking my email like an absolute goober. Apparently there was some issue with legalities / how things were written on the site, where in order to be able to ship me said product that I bought, I had to reply to an email that Belle's store team had sent, copy and pasting a form of consent or something that said I acknowledged all the terms and conditions along those lines. Apparently Belle Delphine's legal team had written it up in order for there to not be any trouble on their end. Saying that sentence back to myself, I can only imagine what it's like to be hired to run the legal end of the Belle Delphine operation. Imagine if it was company policy that there were certain prefixes you had to call Belle Delphine and your overlings at all times. Sire Jimothy of the legal counsel, I require your help at once. Ah, yes, what is it? Hi, Mistress Belle wishes to know the potential legal ramifications of if she started a Pornhub account where all the titles are technically true, but it's actually all clickbait and there are no actual explicit sex acts taking place. Ah, yes, Squire Eduardo of the oral fixation. Let the young ruler Belle Delphine know that she can do such clickbait acts without any worry of legal repercussions, as it is just clickbait, and as the young populace of her kingdom would say, would be a bro moment. I was only tipped off to look into my email for that sort of form because some of the people in my comment sections in multiple places were telling me to look there. So shouts out to all of you guys for making sure I did at least the one thing right in my life, 2 weeks after I was supposed to do it. If there's anything else I'm missing that could easily solve this first world problem I'm having of not receiving my bathwater, then please let me know, other than telling me to spend my money on better things than gamer girl bathwater. But even so, I sent that acknowledgement of her terms and conditions like over a month ago and still nothing has come back.
See, it's actually funny because it's still my fault because the email specifically said that you had to send it back within 7 days of getting the email, otherwise they'd have to refund the purchase, so not Belle's fault yet again.
So I'm really wondering if there's something else I need to be doing to get it, or if it is never gonna show up at all. It's kind of pointless now as the trend has passed, but listen bros, it's the principle of the damn thing. I won't let my common sense stop me. This is actually my first time in a while looking back at how the thing I'm supposed to send back actually reads, and it's making my throat vibrate at the level of GameCube controllers, my friend. I have read and agreed to all the terms and conditions issued by Belle Store Limited, attached to this email, including that the water should not be consumed, poured upon my body, or opened should the seal be broken. I will not hold Belle Store Limited or Belle Delphine liable for any harm which may come to me as a result of my purchase. I know this isn't how it was worded or what it means by it, but I just love the idea that it's okay to douse yourself in the water or just drink it, as long as the seal itself hasn't been broken before you got it. I know they mean if the seal's broken at all, but maybe they knew my mind would jump to some stupid shit like that and they aren't sending it to me because they know how dumb I am. But even with all that bathwater business behind us, it still hasn't gotten here, and that's really only half of what this part of the video is about, because in that previous Belle Delphine video where I said I bought her bathwater, I spent a very good chunk of that video reviewing her merch based solely off of the previews. And I said that if I got 30k likes on that video, that I would buy the merch and make an entire new video reviewing the physical product. And believe it or not, that's what I was originally going to be using this title for. It's pretty slick, I know. But like the fool I am, and like any time I set these like goals to make another video and it actually happens, if it's going to happen, it's because y'all hit that like goal within a space of time that is not perceivable to the human eye. And soon enough, I got a post Taco Bell meal shit's worth of comments and messages letting me know the terrible fate that I had met. And it was all my own fault. I will not be accepting the blame for my own actions, however, as maturity is not something we do around the Kwite YouTube channel. And if you disagree with that philosophy, you can take your self-responsibility and personal accountability to some other place, partner. Otherwise, we'll be kicking you there ourselves while you blood-curdlingly scream, shout, and yell bloody murder all the way there, as well as during our intermittent breaks from McDonald's because spicy chicken nuggets taste really good. But I ordered those products around the beginning of August to the place I was staying at while I was in the UK, UK, as I figured that by the time they arrived, I would still be operating out of there, but I'm sure you can tell where this is going by my tone of voice. They never arrived at the shipping address I gave, and I thought that they would get there relatively fast. As since Belle is based in the UK right now, and I was in London at the time, I thought transit would be a bit easier. Though to be fair, I have not the slightest clue how scuffed the United Kingdom shipping infrastructure is as a whole, so that may have been a very unreasonable expectation. But the shipping also said around 3 to 7 standard work days, so meaning not weekends. So I thought that I would still get it in a relatively timely fashion, at least before I left the country. But it didn't come for the whole of the month that I was there, and now I'm no longer there, so if it ever does end up showing up, then whoever is staying at that place is in for a very strange package. And that's why I'm really making this video, Belle, a cry for help to just not send a package at all anymore. Because I do not want to explain why they got a package with my name stamped on it that has a picture of a half-naked girl doing an Ahiago face while she pours liquids on herself. It took me 30,000 likes to get to the absolute wreck of the headspace I was in to buy over $100 worth of Belle Delphine merch. But jokes aside, I don't think that the merch ever will be showing up at this point, as when trying to revisit some stuff to do preliminary research for this video, I went to the old domain that Belle linked where you could buy her stuff from, and the website just doesn't fucking exist anymore. So I'm guessing they're either remodeling the website or something, or they've just collapsed the entirety of that end of the Belle Delphine store monolith. Or for short, BDSM. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I just want to say again that I don't think that this was Belle being malicious, like no shit. I'm sure there was a lot of logistic shit that she wasn't in control of that made it really difficult to ship stuff out like that. It just really sucks because I spent like over $150 on this shit and I never got any of it. I'm more bummed that I won't get to make those videos over anything else. But other than that, y'all may have noticed that this is the second day I've uploaded in a row, and that's because I'm gonna be shooting for daily uploads for a bit. I don't know for how long I'll be keeping it up, probably until I die from the stress, so in like less than a week, realistically speaking. But until then, please leave any video suggestions you have, like things to react to, maybe some trends in the site, videos to make videos on. Any ideas are welcome, it would be super helpful with this. But anyways, if you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe with notifications on, please. I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload one new episode every week on Saturdays, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Kwite. Now that I'm home, I'm gonna be able to stream there a lot more, but you can follow that account to get updates on whenever I go live. You can subscribe to my second channel, Quote. I'm gonna be uploading there again soon, hopefully. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I also have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.